That's just a little extension cord video. This is one that I made, which may or may not feature in a different video. This is just a simple, quite long, north of 100 feet. Don't know exactly how much it is though, because I bought the cable by weight. 240 volt extension cord, somewhat unusual to see that, but got this for some work areas because we're planning on building a power shed. Just basically because I've outgrown my existing solar farm and the batteries are dying, so I'm going to probably be retiring and mothballing a lot of that equipment, and all this stuff is going to be press ganged into, well, mothball it. Probably might return some of it to service. I know I've got some friends interested in this tiny house stuff, so or at least one who is, and he'll probably be getting some of that at some point when he actually starts building. But anyways, this thing is, yeah, well, it's a thing. It's, just random little custom thing just because I haven't done a video in an age. Just because I've been busy with all kinds of shmoo, and I will until shortly before Christmas, just because finals, yay. Higher education, that'll be a rant of its own. But, yeah, these are just some really big extension cords that I've built. This one's, 100 feet and change. Because the cable that I bought scrap, or some of it had a pair of 250 volt rated, which is really effectively 240 volts in practice, 20 ampere twist locks. I just used that as a plug for this, and then I had a scrap cord off of some scrap copier that I just made a NEMA 620 plug to NEMA L620 adapter, basically NEMA, National Electrical Manufacturers Association. L in the case of the twist locks, locking 6, 250 volts grounded, and 20 amperes. Also made that guy. That's a full 250 foot long cord, although that one's only 120 volts. It is also slightly on the jank side because I've got a 15 ampere plug on it, but it's got 20 ampere receptacles. But the actual plug is good for more than that. It's the only thing that dictates the current is the orientation of the blades, or the current rating. But yeah, again, this stuff can kill you. Risk of electrocution, what have you. When I get some more 200, bloody owl again. When I get some more 20 ampere receptacles installed, especially in the power shed, I'll probably put a proper plug on that, but until then it'll be serviceable for my needs because I don't have all that much stuff that has 20 ampere plugs on it anyway. It's largely because I just got the receptacles, which are, high quality, new old stock, Bryant ones, American made, what have you, for $2 a piece. I actually probably paid a little bit less. So yeah, actually this extension cord is sufficiently long and heavy. It weighs about 37 pounds as is. That I typically move it in a wheelbarrow, so I just take it from where it's being stored, move it out into the wheelbarrow, cart it to where it is, and typically deploy it from the wheelbarrow. So yeah, playing with the big boys. And just random other dust-covered shmoo in the shed. Microwave that was going to do some experiments with. Some friend gave it to me because the keypad was dead. It's been sitting there for over a year. So yeah, it is basically a ground or a dirt floor to basically keep things out of the rain. Utility building, the chickens get here and scratch, so everything's covered in dust. But whatever. Random shmoo. And I also got these guys that I made. These are only 16 gauge and they're only 100 feet each. Actually, more or less exactly 100 feet, so that's what they were. I got the cable for $20 for the pair of cords. Those are both 240 volts. All the extension cords under them are commercially purchased 120 volt cords, but these two ones on top are 240 volt just because I have a need for 240 volt extension cords on occasion. I actually paid twice as much for the connectors to make each cord as I did for the cable stock. About $20 per connector pair. Although they are fairly skookum for what's commercially available now, at least at Home Cheapo. Fashion Seymour jobs. So yeah. And of course, again, this is electrical stuff, risk of electrocution. This can kill you or maim you in various unpleasant ways, property damage, etc. Basically, don't be an idiot with this stuff. The videos and the content that I produce are intended for people who have some idea of what they're doing, if they want to use any of this as instructional stuff. And again, this can kill you. Better be familiar with this, even if you are, but you're not comfortable. Have people who know what they're doing do this stuff for you. Who actually know what they're doing, because I've seen some pretty nasty professional hacks, but then again, basically illegal shmoo.